Invincible God of Killing System. Chapter 11. After all, Lin Fei's soul belongs to another world and he doesn't have much sense of belonging to this family. Seeing that Lin Fei remained silent, Lin Zan said slowly, in half a month, people will come from the Imperial City and hold a big competition in Tianfang City to select young talents to go to the Imperial City to participate in the Battle of Geniuses. When the time comes, those with outstanding talents can join the sect, and then they can be exposed to a wider world and have better development prospects. Your eldest brother was attracted by a sect from the Tianjian sect, and now he has become an inner disciple, becoming a powerful martial king at a young age. Quote. When the time comes, you should also participate and try to go to the Imperial City. If you can join a sect, that would be even better. Quote. Lin Fei pondered for a while and nodded. Okay. If you want to gain a foothold in this world, you need resources and connections. After all, no matter how strong a person is, he is only one person. When the time comes, create a force yourself, and then you can better protect the people around you. In the end, Lin Fei chose to let go. After all, the man in front of him was his father and had a blood connection with this body. Lin Fei was not willing to be too ruthless and cut off the relationship. I happened to be going to the Imperial City to find Sha Ruizu, but I didn't expect it to be so soon. Maybe this is God's will. Thinking of this, Lin Fei felt a little better. After all, beautiful women can make men feel happy physically and mentally. After walking out of Lin Zan's room, Lin Fei also thought about it. Although his soul did not belong to this world, his flesh and blood body was given by his parents. He was still willing to support the Lin family a little. Lin Zan wanted to change Lin Fei to a better place and arrange for servants to serve Lin Fei. After all, his son was now promising. But Lin Fei refused, saying just don't let anyone disturb you. It's good to be quiet so that no one disturbs you. I thought about some things, and when I couldn't figure it out, I stopped thinking about it. The top priority was to improve my strength first. Only when you are strong can you solve problems easily. On the way back, I met a young man blocking the road. The young man said with a mocking look on his face, "Hey, isn't this Master Lin Fei? Where are you going?" Lin Fei raised his head and looked at the person in front of him. He was Lin Feng, the son of the Great Elder. He was already at the 4th level of martial arts at a young age. Lin Fei didn't bother to pay attention to him and was about to go around, but Lin Feng's idiot was so ignorant that he stopped Lin Fei. He shouted arrogantly, "Calling you young master is giving you face. You are just a waste. Are you deaf when my young master talks to you?" Lin Fei suddenly smiled. He had heard the word, waste, too many times. It seemed that this person didn't know what he had done when he came back. Seeing that Lin Fei was still smiling, the servant said, "What are you laughing at? What are you talking about?" Lin Fei slapped the man in front of him away with his backhand, and his teeth were spit out with blood. Then he said calmly, "A good dog doesn't block the way. If you do it next time, I will kill you directly." The man cried and crawled to Lin Feng. "Master Lin Feng, look, Lin Fei doesn't take you seriously at all, hurry up and teach him a lesson." Lin Feng was a little angry and said, "Cousin, you can live like this." Lin Fei smiled and said, "Cousin, you have to take good care of your dog. A dog will not have a long memory if it is not beaten. It will even dare to bite its owner. Anyway, I just killed an old dog not long ago." Looking at Lin Fei's current changes, Lin Feng was a little confused. Although he heard his father tell him that Lin Fei was different this time, he was no longer the waste he was before. But he couldn't change it for a while. After all, Lin Fei was just a loser who could even be bullied by his servants, but now he is so strong. Lin Fei was too lazy to say anything more. "I beat a dog. There's no need for my cousin to fight with me. I'll leave first." After that, I left in style. When leaving, I didn't forget to look back and say, "My cousin's dogs should be kept on a leash and don't bite anyone in sight. Brother, I was afraid of being bitten by dogs when I was a child. Now when I see a dog barking, I can't help but want to teach him a lesson." Lin Feng didn't want to get entangled with Lin Fei. After all, they were both descendants of the Lin family. It would not be good for the family to kill each other. Then he took the servants away. Lin Fei returned to the yard and thought to himself, "It's a pity that there are no monsters to fight now. I can't kill people randomly just to upgrade. After all, I still have a bottom line. However, Lin Fei thought about his sub-professional system and could upgrade his alchemist level in his spare time. Lin Fei knew that the profession of alchemy was quite popular. He knew it when he saw the old man who was a 5th-level alchemist putting on such a big show in front of his father. Work harder on your own. Refining elixirs can also increase your experience, and the elixirs you make can be taken no matter what they are, and you can also increase your experience. It is equivalent to the feeling of being cured when you are sick and maintaining your health when you are not sick. This is the power of the system. Lin Fei first took out the elixirs in Shanhaiji, Wangjingji, blood spirit grass, cold tobacco, chalcedony mushroom, purple monkey flower, 7-star grass, earthy mushroom flower, earthy pear fruit, dragon scale fruit, silverhorn tree, nishangsao, kixelian, all kinds of. Now I am the lowest first-level alchemist, and can only refine the lowest first-grade elixirs, healing pills, and rejuvenation pills. Then he went to the system mall to select an alchemy cauldron and spent 1.5 million gold coins to buy a prefecture-level low-grade alchemy furnace. The things in the system mall are really expensive, but there is no way. Lin Fei doesn't have enough money, so he has to recycle some useless martial arts and weapons, as well as a lot of demon pills he obtained, to the system. In fact, Lin Fei can do without such a good alchemy cauldron, but a good alchemy furnace can better withstand the energy of the elixir and increase the success rate of alchemy. With the system in place, it was only a matter of time before Lin Fei became a senior alchemist. In order to avoid changing the alchemy cauldron frequently, he just bought a better one. When everything was ready, Lin Fei began to refine the elixir, using his true energy to activate the true fire to burn the elixir furnace. With a system, Lin Fei doesn't have to be as troublesome as other alchemists. He can just throw the elixirs in all at once. The success of the elixir depends on the system. Soon the first pill was ready. Congratulations to the host for successfully refining the Qi Restoration pill. Ding! Proficiency +5, gain 200 experience. Lin Fei refined dozens of first-grade elixirs in one breath, all of which were Qi Restoration pills and healing pills. The level of the alchemist has already been upgraded to level 2. After all, level 1 elixirs are relatively simple and have a high success rate. They have never failed. Moreover, the elixirs are all top grade. Each elixir is divided into 3 categories: upper, middle and lower. The top grade elixirs are the best and have the greatest effect. Produced by the system, they must be high-quality products. Let Lin Fei gain a lot of experience, but it also consumes some energy. Lin Fei looked at the pills in front of him and felt that the pills were too low level, so he simply finished them all one by one. And he has not yet fully recovered his true energy, mainly because the level of the elixir is too low. After all, Lin Fei is now an 8-star martial spirit. If others see this operation, they can't help but complain that Lin Fei is too spendthrift. After all, pills are still very expensive. Then Lin Fei began to refine the second-level elixirs, qi-nourishing pills, and muscle-building pills. He quickly refined a lot of them, but he failed several times in the process. Soon he was upgraded to alchemist level 3. Lin Fei finished the elixir just like last time. The 2-level elixir was still okay, and he could barely restore Lin Fei's vitality to full. If Lin Zan saw his son wasting his family like this, he would definitely beat Lin Fei. There are very few alchemists in Shenwu continent compared to warriors, so the supply of elixirs exceeds the demand. Even low-level elixirs are still hot commodities. It is indeed a luxury for Lin Fei to take pills like this. However, Lin Fei didn't think so much. After all, there is nothing wrong with taking the elixir he refined. Then he started refining the third-grade elixir. Lin Fei chose 3 common elixirs: Qi Gathering Pill, Body Tempering Pill, and Shaohuan Pill. This time, Lin Fei spent 3 days refining 1 or 200 level 3 elixirs and successfully upgraded to alchemist level 4. In fact, there were many failures in the process, and the system cannot guarantee a 100% success rate. One good thing is that refining lower-level elixirs has a 100% success rate. Refining alchemy is boring, so Lin Fei took a day off, otherwise his spirit would not be able to bear it if he continued like this, so he took advantage of the situation to practice the god-killing technique. Although the god of killing technique can operate independently, the effect of active cultivation is better. Looking at the slowly increasing experience bar, Lin Fei is quite satisfied. Later, Lin Fei began to refine 4th grade elixirs. After 10 days of hard work, he finally successfully upgraded to Alchemist level 5. And with the prompts from the system, Lin Fei also advanced to the realm of 9-star martial arts. However, he also suffered a lot in the process. The energy of the 4th level elixir was already quite large. Every time he failed to explode the furnace, Lin Fei was disgraced. Lin Fei felt a little complacent and thought, I can be considered a master of alchemy now, haha. After so many days, Lin Fei had no elixir left, and he still had some elixir left to refine the true essence pill 3 times. True Yuan Dan, 5 grade elixir, 1 pill can increase the strength of King Wu by 1 star, you can take up to 3 pills. However, taking it by yourself should not have such a big effect. After all, you level up through experience, and there are no restrictions on taking it. Lin Fei made it all in one go. This time he was lucky and succeeded 3 times. In fact, if Lin Fei wanted to swallow all these pills, he should be able to almost reach the realm of King Wu, but his strength improved too fast in the early stage. Although there is a system in place, there is no bottleneck for me, but I need to gradually become familiar with power control. If you cannot control your own power, you will be like a loft in the sky, unable to exert your greatest strength. After much deliberation, he still kept the elixir and planned to give it to his cheap father. After all, he was also his son, so there was nothing wrong with honoring his elders. Just then someone knocked on the door, and Lin Fei asked her to come in. The maid who came in looked at Lin Fei in surprise. She looked like a beggar with unkempt hair. I wanted to laugh a little, but then I thought about how this young master seems to have become very cruel, even the housekeeper was killed by him. He lowered his head in fear and said softly, Master, the master of the house wants you to go to the hall. Lin Fei looked at the other person's expression, and it took him a while to react. He looked in the mirror and saw that his face was covered with dust and his hair was disheveled. Then he pretended to be calm and said, Okay, I understand. I'll be there right away. Please step back first. After the maid left, Lin Fei quickly went to take a bath and tidy up his appearance. I have been busy refining alchemy during this period, and I have been a little sleepless and forgetful about food. I find that I have no clothes to replace. After all, people rely on clothes and horses rely on saddles. I will go to Tianfeng City when I have time to buy some daily necessities. After looking at it carefully, I saw that her eyebrows were delicate and childish, and she had the potential to be a pretty boy. You must pay attention to your image in the future. After all, you have to rely on your face to pick up girls in the future. Being rich and powerful can only get you the body, but not necessarily the heart. Lin Fei didn't want to make a choice, he wanted both. Then we went to the family hall. There were many people in the hall. Lin Fei looked around, and there was an old man sitting at the head. He must be his grandfather Lin Daqiang, who was in the realm of the 7-star martial king. There are also his uncle, father, third uncle, his 2 cousins, Lin Feng, Lin Yu, and a cousin Lin Zhao standing below. Lin Yu and Lin Zhao are both the children of his third uncle, so they have no conflicts with him. Although I looked down on Lin Fei before, I never found any trouble with him. From this point of view, it seems that the 2 of them have pretty good natures. The strength of the 2 of them is also good, both have reached the realm of 3-star martial arts. At this time, Lin Feng stood up and spoke. Lin Fei, you are so majestic. Our whole family is waiting for you. Have you been out for a few months and you don't know how to respect your elders anymore? Lin Fei was too lazy to pay attention to this kind of clown, and stepped forward to pay homage to his grandfather. My grandson has met my grandpa. I wish my grandpa a blessing as good as the East China Sea and a longevity as long as the southern mountains. Later, he met his father, uncle, and 3 uncles one after another, and then stood next to his cousin Lin Zhao. At this time, the old man asked, Lin Fei, what state are you in now? Lin Fei didn't want to expose his strength, so he had to reply that he had reached the realm of martial arts, but he didn't tell them that he was a 9-star martial spirit. At this time, he added, Grandpa, I have reached the level of a 5-star martial spirit now. As I said this, I did not forget to look at Lin Fei provocatively. Lin Daqiang said 3 times very happily. Okay. 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 Our Lin family has successors, and there are many talents. Your eldest brother Lin Yun has been practicing hard in the Tianjian sect and has already become the king of martial arts. I don't know how far his current level has been. You must work harder and learn from your eldest brother. This time, people from the imperial city are coming to hold a martial arts competition. They are planning to select 10 young people to go to the imperial city to participate in the Battle of Geniuses. There will be many sects watching the Battle of Geniuses in the imperial city. If you are lucky, you can be selected to join the sect. The sect is very powerful, and there is a legend that a martial emperor-level warrior is in charge. Although you may not be able to see it, if you are lucky, you may become a disciple of a martial emperor-level warrior, and you will be able to stand out in the future. So you have to work hard to get into the top 10 in this competition. Quote. Lin Fei and others all responded with a, hello. The old man nodded with satisfaction. Okay, let's all disperse. Lin Fei walked out of the door and called out to Lin Zan, who was about to go back. Father, I have something to talk to you alone. Lin Zan was a little puzzled, but he still brought Lin Fei into his study. He opened his mouth and asked, Feier, what do you want from me? Lin Fei also said straight to the point. Father, you are now a several-star martial king, and my uncle is a several-star martial king. I seem to see that my uncle doesn't seem to be able to deal with you. Lin Zan said with a smile. I am now a 5-star martial king. Your uncle and third uncle are both 3-star martial king. Don't worry. I know your uncle's little thoughts. Don't worry, I will live in my father's town, and I also have my own confidence. The most important thing is that I am strong. Lin Fei thought to himself, it seems that my cheap father is not a vegetarian either. At this time, Lin Fei said calmly, since father is confident, I don't need to worry. Lin Fei then took out the pills he had refined and threw them on the table. Among them were 3 true essence pills he had refined. Lin Fei's operation really shocked Lin Zan. Some asked in disbelief, where did these elixirs come from? What are the 3 elixirs in the middle? In ordinary times, Lin Zan had never seen so many elixirs. The 3rd grade elixirs were the Qi gathering pill, the body tempering pill, the small return pill, the 4th grade elixirs were the Qi condensing pill, the body accumulation pill, and the detoxification pill. Lin Zan had never seen the 3 pills in the middle. Lin Fei said nonchalantly, I refined the elixir myself, and the 3 in the middle are 5th grade elixirs, which are true yuan elixirs. Increase the true energy of the king of martial realm, and one can increase your strength by 1 star. The realm of martial king is the watershed for warriors. When promoted to martial king, all the true energy in the body is converted into true essence. True yuan is stronger and more powerful than true qi, so at this level, warriors can already fly in the air. In Lin Fei's opinion, only when a warrior reaches the realm of king of martial arts can he be considered worthy of being in the palace. Lin Zan asked Lin Fei with a shocked look on his face, you are still an alchemist and can refine 5th grade elixirs. How is it possible? If you can refine 5th grade elixirs, wouldn't you be a master of alchemy like Master He? Lin Fei chuckled and said, how is it impossible? Of course I am gifted. As for Master He is already old, and the future belongs to our young people. Quote. Lin Zan was really curious about what Lin Fei had experienced in the past few months. After coming back, not only did his strength improve by leaps and bounds, but he also became an alchemist. I wonder how many things this kid is hiding from him. So he curiously asked Lin Fei, what have you experienced during your time out? The changes have been so fast. Of course Lin Fei would not answer truthfully. Could it be that he told his father that he had a system? They probably didn't even know what this thing was. So he casually said, I met a mysterious old man in the Monster Mountain range and said he was destined to me. He helped me wash my marrow valve body, improve my root bones, and taught me how to make elixirs. I casually made up a story about a mysterious old man, but my father was quite fascinated by it. Lin Zan did not forget to say in the end, since you have such an opportunity, you must cherish it. Lin Fei spread his hands helplessly and thought to himself, you can believe such an outrageous thing. Lin Fei felt bored and nodded randomly, unwilling to explain any more. It was just fine like this, and it was a valid reason. Then I'll keep these elixirs. Lin Zan carefully put all the elixirs into the space ring. With these elixirs, I and my closest subordinates will be able to improve a lot when the time comes, and maybe even train 1 or 2 subordinates who are in the Martial King realm. Then the Lin family will be even stronger. When Lin Zan was fantasizing in his mind, he was interrupted by Lin Fei. Lin Fei said at this time, "Father, the child needs a space ring and some gold coins." Lin Zan was stunned. "Why do you want a space ring? Don't you have a space ring yourself? How many gold coins do you want?" Lin Fei smiled and said, "Any kind of space ring will do, and any gold coin can be as high as 100,000 or 80,000 yuan. Lin Zan was speechless. "It's 180,000. You must know that our family's annual income is only a few 100,000 gold coins, and we still have to spend it." Lin Fei smiled and said, "You are also the head of the family after all. You can't even get out 180,000 gold coins. If I sell these pills, I don't know how many gold coins I can sell. I want to buy some good outfits, but if I wear such poor clothes, won't it embarrass you then?" Quote. In the end, Lin Zan gave it to Lin Fei, a low-grade Zan-level space ring with almost a dozen square meters inside and filled with gold coins. In fact, Lin Fei wanted a space ring purely to deceive others. After all, the mountain and sea ring was too conspicuous. Lin Fei integrated the mountain and sea ring into his physical body. Although the system space can also store things, taking things out of thin air will definitely make people suspicious. Lin Fei still understands the principle of holding a jade in his arms. Come out of Lin Zan's study and prepare to go for a walk in Tianfeng City. After all, I have been in this world for a few months, and I have been fighting monsters and leveling up, refining pills in seclusion, and I haven't really seen this world yet. In fact, what makes Lin Fei a little unhappy is that when other people travel through time, there is a little Lolita, a bed warmer or something like that. At the very least, you should have a servant to take care of you. Even if he is a waste, he is still a young master after all. Lin Fei has nothing, so you can imagine how bad his life was before. Lin Fei felt a little lost when he came out. Tianfeng City was not big or small, mainly because it rarely appeared in his memory. Forget it, never mind, with so much money, go spend it first. Soon he walked to a store selling clothes. The store was very big and the business seemed to be quite good. Lin Fei was going to go in and take a look. The waiter standing at the door saw Lin Fei looking poor and disdainful, and just said coldly, "What kind of clothes does this guest officer need? The lowest price of clothes in our store is more than 100 gold coins. More than 100 gold coins in Tianfeng City is enough for an ordinary family to live for a year. No wonder the man in front of him is so arrogant." The waiter saw that Lin Fei was wearing ordinary clothes, and he couldn't afford it at first glance, so he came to join in the fun. "So I don't feel good about Lin Fei at all." Lin Fei touched his nose and was a little speechless. It looked like a dog looked down on others. It could happen anywhere. Lin Fei didn't care and said, "Why, the store is bullying customers, do you think I can't afford it or what?" The waiter said with disdain, "You don't look like you can afford it. Don't pretend to be fat. It will be even more embarrassing then." Lin Fei smiled and shouted, "Where is the shopkeeper? Get out of here." Everyone in the store looked over instantly, but when they saw Lin Fei's ordinary appearance, they didn't care and went on choosing clothes. The guy in front of me became angry instantly. "Boy, are you here to cause trouble? Get out of here." As he said this, he was about to teach the boy in front of him a lesson, but Lin Fei slapped him and sent him flying away. The guy was vomiting blood and had a red slap mark on his face. He didn't dare to say anything after he stood up. "I have never seen such a vicious customer. I can only wait for the shopkeeper to deal with it. Maid, you are such a scornful fellow. I won't be able to do it unless I teach you a lesson." Lin Fei has shown mercy, otherwise this guy would have died immediately. The shopkeeper heard the sound and ran out quickly. The boss in front of him was a fat man, with squinted eyes and a body full of fat. He looked at Lin Fei with a smile and said, "What does this guest need? If he needs nothing, he will hit the people in my store and he will need to compensate." At first glance, it was the master with a hidden knife in his smile, and two guys who looked like bodyguards came out from behind and surrounded him. After hearing this, Lin Fei knew that there was nothing wrong with a standard businessman. Lin Fei wanted to laugh, but without saying a word, Lin Fei took out 30,000 gold coins from the ring and scattered them on the ground. He said domineeringly, "If you want to buy clothes, just use this money to buy them. Unfortunately, I think you are a bit of a bully." The shopkeeper looked at the gold coins on the ground and knew that there were at least tens of thousands of them, big customers. His face changed immediately, and he pointed at the guy who had just been scolded by Lin Fei and said, "Shine your eyes brighter from now on, and don't come to work next time. Get out of here today, don't get in the eyes of this young master." The guy who was beaten left in despair, feeling extremely regretful that he had offended such a big boss. The shopkeeper smiled and said, "Master, are you satisfied now?" Lin Fei nodded. "Okay, here are 30,000 gold coins. You can click them and spend them all. The young master will do whatever you want today." Although the shopkeeper was fat, he was not slow in collecting money. He collected the gold coins in a short time. Then I started to recommend my own clothes, which are all made of high-quality silk and satin, which are delicate, smooth and comfortable. Lin Fei waved his hand. "Don't go to such trouble, just pick the best one for me." Lin Fei chose dozens of all-white clothes and a few pure black clothes. In fact, Lin Fei had his own plans for buying so many clothes. After all, he would often have to fight in the future, and the clothes would be easily damaged. If you want to pick up girls, you must always maintain a good image. The reason for the white color is because Lin Fei likes it better. When he wears it, he should feel elegant and elegant. Pure black clothes also have their own uses, after all, sometimes they are needed when doing bad things at night. The shopkeeper smiled all over his face and said, "Young master, you still have a lot of money left. You can see what you want and pick out more." Lin Fei lowered his head and said something to the shopkeeper's ear. "Shopkeeper, pack some of that woman's clothes for me. It's best to bring some fragrant clothes." The shopkeeper looked like he understood. "Hurry and prepare for Lin Fei." Lin Fei secretly thought to himself, "Be prepared, I am so handsome, there will definitely be some emergencies in the future." He definitely had to deal with it in advance. A lustful smile appeared on Lin Fei's face. Soon all the shopkeeper's clothes were packed and delivered to Lin Fei. Lin Fei put his clothes into the space ring. Lin Fei put on one of the clothes. Lin Fei looked in the mirror and felt like a beautiful young man in troubled times. Sure enough, a man relies on his clothes and a horse relies on his saddle. Lin Fei, who was in a good mood, said, "I will reward you with the remaining gold coins," and left after saying that. The shopkeeper thanked him repeatedly. "Sir, take your time. Welcome to come again next time." Lin Fei wandered around on the street again, bought some daily necessities, and then walked to the door of a restaurant. The restaurant is called Zaixianju. It has 5 floors, like a pagoda. The space gets smaller as you go up. It is the best restaurant in Tianfeng City. This level has the largest space, and many people can afford it. The higher you go, the higher the grade, but the consumption is also higher, and most people cannot afford it. As soon as Lin Fei entered the door, a waiter came up. "Master, what would you like to eat? On which floor are you going to sit down?" Looking at the first floor, the environment is okay, but there are too many people and it is a bit noisy. But Lin Fei didn't want to be too high profile, so he said, "Let's go to the 3rd floor." The waiter looked at Lin Fei a little strange, but he still said politely, "Sir, the 3rd floor has an elegant environment. The minimum purchase is 500 gold coins. Is that okay? It's not a big deal, I'm not short of money." After saying that, he walked upstairs. Looking at Lin Fei's appearance, the waiter didn't look like the kind of person who eats overlord meals. So I hurried up to lead the way. Lin Fei asked me to get a seat by the window where I can see the street outside. I want to see the scenery. Okay, then take Lin Fei into a private room. After Lin Fei sat down, he said casually, "Serve me good wine and good food, don't worry I won't be able to finish it." The waiter said politely, "Okay, sir, the food is not very expensive, but the good wine in our store is a bit expensive. It's called white jade wine. It looks like white jade when poured out. It's fragrant and delicious. It's worth 100 gold coins a jar. Sir, would you like to try it? It is indeed the best restaurant in Tianfeng City, and the service attitude of the waiters is quite good." Lin Fei was in a good mood and gave 100 gold coins to the guy in front of him. If you like it, I will reward you. Bring me 10 jars of fine wine first, and hurry up and bring me the dishes too. You don't have to worry about my financial resources. It's not a big problem to have a meal. Lin Fei smiled and said to the guy. The man took the gold coin and thanked him quickly. Thank you for the reward, young master. I will arrange it for you now. Soon 10 jars of white jade wine were served first. Lin Fei tasted it and found that it was indeed not bad. Later, a table full of dishes was served. Lin Fei and I started working together, and we haven't enjoyed much in this world yet. Eat a lot of meat, drink a lot of wine, so happy. But this elegance was quickly destroyed. Lin Fei heard a noise outside, and the door was kicked open. A young man came in, followed by 2 guards. The young man said with an arrogant look, Boy, I'm interested in this place, you can get out. The waiter looked at Lin Fei with an apologetic look. Master, please change to another room. This is the second master of the city lord's mansion, Luo Yang. Lin Fei knew what the boy meant, but he was afraid of offending the young man in front of him. After all, he belonged to the city lord's palace, so it was normal for the boy to not be able to offend him. However, Lin Fei remained unmoved and had no intention of leaving. Luo Yang saw that Lin Fei was ignoring him, so he said loudly, Boy, you must be tired of living, how dare you ignore me? Lin Fei smiled and said, What kind of green onion are you? I have never heard of it. Luo Yang was really angry now. He was used to being arrogant and domineering. He had never met anyone who dared to say such a thing about him. He opened his mouth and said, Break this kid's hands and feet and throw him down from the building. If you dare to offend me in Tianfeng City. A man stood up from the guard behind him, opened his hands and claws and immediately attacked Lin Fei. Lin Fei saw how unreasonable the other party was, and he didn't intend to be polite. He directly blasted out with a overlord palm, knocking down the guard and flying out. A hole was knocked out of the wall. He was not sure whether he was dead or alive, but he should not be dead, otherwise the system should have prompted him. Then he walked towards Luo Yang. Luo Yang was a little stupid now. His guard was in the martial spirit realm, and he was instantly killed by the young man in front of him with a palm. Another guard realized something was wrong and quickly stood in front of Luo Yang. Sir, please respect yourself. Our young master is the second son of the city lord's palace. Lin Fei cursed angrily. Maid, I don't care who you are, just disturbing my pleasure, but you still want to destroy my hands and feet, you are really looking for death. The guard didn't understand, and wanted to draw his sword, but Lin Fei pointed it out and pierced the chest of the man in front of him with his male finger. He was killed on the spot, and blood was sprinkled all over Luo Yang. This guy relied on the skills of the second master of the city lord's mansion to show off his power. How could I have seen Lin Fei so ferocious? A pool of liquid flowed out on the spot, and I was so frightened that I peed. He said sternly, My father is the city lord. If you dare to touch me, there will be no place for you in Tianfeng City. Lin Fei shook his head and said, It's useless, don't scare me, I don't care at all. As he spoke, he immediately broke Luo Yang's hands and feet, causing the latter to scream in pain, and then threw Luo Yang off the window sill. He was thrown downstairs to Luo Yang, but he didn't die. After all, he was a martial artist. He couldn't survive the fall from a height of 3 floors, but he screamed again and again. The crowd on the street looked sideways, and someone among them recognized Luo Yang. Everyone was talking about it. Isn't this the second son of the city lord's palace? How did he end up in such a situation? Someone else whispered in a low voice. Taking advantage of his status, he bullies men and dominates women, and does all kinds of bad things. God's eyes are really open. Why don't you beat him to death? Seeing other people's comments, Luo Yang said loudly, If any of you watch the excitement again, I will ask my father to kill you. Everyone didn't dare to say anything more and walked away one after another, for fear that this guy would take notice of him and cause trouble for them afterwards, which ordinary people like them couldn't bear. Boy, you're dead, just wait for me. Lin Fei stretched his head out of the window and said impatiently, Silly bee, haven't you been beaten enough yet? Lin Fei took advantage of the situation and threw a jar of wine down, hitting him hard on the head. Blood flowed out directly. This guy actually fainted when he saw the blood. Lin Fei was too lazy to look at it anymore. This guy really had no potential at all. He was still injured and would have to lie in bed for at least a while. This made the guy next to him stunned. I didn't expect that the young man in front of me was so ferocious that he would even dare to hit the young master of the city lord's palace, so he quickly turned around and walked out. Prepare to report to the top management of the restaurant. After all, the people who were beaten were from the city lord's mansion, and the incident happened in their own restaurant. It is a good thing to make proper arrangements as soon as possible. Lin Fei didn't care and continued to eat his own food. But not long after seeing the waiter go out, Luo Yang was carried away by a few people from the restaurant downstairs. It looks like it should be sent back to the city lord's mansion. But soon the waiter brought a middle-aged man, and the man said, "I am the manager here. The young master is a bit impulsive. I am not afraid of revenge from the city lord's mansion. The soldiers are coming to cover up the water and the earth. What's there to be afraid of? I'm afraid I won't be sitting here now," Lin Fei said nonchalantly. The steward looked at Lin Fei's appearance and couldn't hold back his curiosity and asked. "Young master is a bit unfamiliar, I don't know how to address him respectfully." "Lin family, Lin Fei." Lin Fei didn't hide it either. The steward asked in surprise, "Are you that loser from the Lin family?" Lin Fei replied with a half-smile. "Yes, it seems that I am quite famous." The steward immediately changed his mind. "It turns out to be the young master of the Lin family, please forgive me. I was a little confused. It was rumored that Lin Fei of the Lin family was a once-in-a-millennium waste. Now it seems that the rumors are untrue. The guards Luo Yang brought were all with one-star martial arts abilities. I heard from the guy that they were all killed instantly with one move." Lin Fei didn't care and said, "Give me another 100 jars of wine, and I will pack it up and take it away. And if I damage your place, I'll pay you directly how much it costs." The manager is a good person. There are 13,000 gold coins in total. I'll give you a 20% discount, so it's 10,400 gold coins. Just give me a round number of 10,000 gold coins. The steward said with a smile. Okay. Lin Fei waved his hand and put 10,000 gold coins directly on the table. Soon the wine was served. Lin Fei put the space ring away, and then walked out of the restaurant. Lin Fei walked around Tianfeng City again to get familiar with its location, and didn't return home until it was almost dark. Lin Fei had just returned home and was invited to the family hall by his servants. The family members are all here, and Lin Fei hasn't spoken yet. Uncle Lin Ruahai spoke. "Lin Fei, look at your good deeds, do you know what you did today?" "What did I do? I don't know." Lin Fei spread his hands and said. Lin Ruahai said sternly. "You still dare to quibble? You beat the second son of the city lord today, don't you know?" Lin Fei said calmly. "If you dare to mess with me, you will be beaten, so what can you do? As long as you dare to admit it, I thought you would continue to quibble." Lin Ruahai said to his grandfather Lin Daqiang, "The city lord is the 9-star martial king. If this matter is against our Lin family, it will be difficult for our Lin family. I suggest that Lin Fei be sent to the city lord's mansion to make amends, so as not to worsen the relationship." Quote. Lin Fei sarcastically said, "Uncle, you really think about the Lin family, giving your family to others to make amends. Haha, you made me laugh so hard." Lin Ruahai said angrily, "Do you want the Lin family to bear the responsibility for the trouble you caused yourself?" At this time, Lin Daqiang said calmly, "It doesn't matter, our Lin family is not vegetarian, anyone who dares to come to our Lin family will follow us." Lin Ruahai couldn't believe it. His father, who usually kept a low profile, seemed to be a little too forceful this time. "Lin Fei, what state are you in right now? Tell me the truth," Lin Daqiang asked. After thinking for a while, Lin Fei told the truth. "Grandpa, my grandson is currently a 9-star martial spirit." Okay. 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 Lin Daqiang said happily 3 times. Lin Daqiang finally understood. No wonder he was able to kill the 2 guards of the city lord instantly and beat Luo Yang almost to a disability. At this time, Lin Feng stood up stupidly. "How can you, a loser, be a 9-star martial spirit? You must be lying. A few months ago, he was still a waste, but now his level is higher than his own. This is unacceptable to Lin Feng." At this time, the system suddenly prompted, Congratulations to the host for winning the mission. Teach Lin Feng a lesson. You can get 100,000 experience points, 100,000 gold coins, and gain the martial arts Lion's Roar skill. The system hasn't issued a task for a long time, and I just wanted to teach Lin Feng a lesson. It felt like the system knew what I was thinking. Lin Fei smiled contemptuously and said, if you don't believe me, you can try it. Don't worry, you are my cousin and I will be merciful. Unable to bear Lin Fei's smile and feeling slighted, Lin Feng directly attacked Lin Fei without believing in evil. With a loud shout, Crazy Dragon Fist, the true energy turned into a fist shape and attacked Lin Fei with powerful power. Lin Daqiang also wanted to see Lin Fei's current strength and had no intention of stopping him. Lin Fei dodged politely a few times, not wanting Lin Feng to lose too badly. Unexpectedly, Lin Feng refused to give up. What, you only know how to hide? Waste will always be waste. Lin Fei got really angry when he heard this. Lin Fei couldn't stand the screams of, trash and trash, every day. In an instant, the Overlord palm struck out, knocking Lin Feng to the ground with one strike, then stepped on him and said. This is already merciful, otherwise you would be dead. If I were a waste, you would be worse than a waste, silly bee. Lin Feng was trampled under his feet, and when he heard Lin Fei's humiliating words, he spit out a mouthful of blood, his eyes blackened and he fainted. Congratulations to the host for completing the mission, gaining 100,000 experience points, 100,000 gold coins, and acquiring the martial arts Lion's Roar skill. Lion's Roar technique, Earth level top grade, Sonic martial art. The cohesion is quantified into a lion's roar, which can attack the enemy and shock the enemy's soul. It is very powerful. Do you want to practice the lion's roar skill? Quote exclamation mark. Practice, you must practice. This is a powerful weapon in group battles, or when fighting with others. A sudden lion's roar can also catch the enemy off guard. Lin Ruihai, who couldn't stand it, actually attacked Lin Fei who was still immersed in completing the task. He hit Lin Fei with an unexpected blow. No one in the Lin family could react. Lin Fei's hair suddenly stood up, and after reacting, he used his yang finger with all his strength, barely blocking Lin Ruihai's blow, but he also took a few steps back. This shocked Lin Shanruihai. He was a Samsung martial king. Lin Fei was able to take his blow, which was enough to show that Lin Fei was incredible. Lin Ruihai just saw that he was beaten violently by Lin Fei, so he couldn't help but took action. Now that Lin Daqiang was reprimanding him like this, he didn't dare to say anything. When Lin Daqiang saw this situation, his expression softened slightly and he said, if it's not embarrassing enough, you can go down first with Lin Feng, and Feiyan, you guys can go down first too. There will be a big competition in the City Lord's Palace in 3 days. What is different from the past is that a strong martial artist is coming to the Imperial City this time, so you must prepare well. Quote. Everyone in the Lin family responded, yes. However, Lin Fei said coldly at this time, Uncle, my cousin and I are just sparring normally. If he were not my cousin, he would be a corpse lying down right now. I practice murderous martial arts. If my uncle attacks me next time, don't blame me for being rude. It's not like I can't kill the Samsung king of martial arts. Quote. Lin Fei suddenly became so powerful that everyone in the Lin family was a little stunned and they all looked at Lin Fei. But this time Lin Ruihai didn't say anything. He knew that with Lin Fei's current talent, his future would be limitless. It was best not to offend him, so he chose to remain silent. If Lin Fei can lead the Lin family to become stronger in the future, he can also benefit from it. There is really no need to make enemies again, and then he takes Lin Feng away. It has to be said that Lin Ruihai's mind changed very quickly, and this decision will make him extremely happy in the future. Everyone else also left, and Lin Zan said excitedly, my dear son, your father is really proud of you, but you said you could kill King Wu. Is that true? Lin Daqiang also looked at Lin Fei, waiting for his answer, which made Lin Fei a little embarrassed. Lin Fei had no choice but to reply, if all the trump cards are revealed, it shouldn't be a big problem for the king of martial arts. Lin Fei is now a 9-star martial spirit, and with the blessing of God-level skills, he won't have much trouble against ordinary martial kings. In addition, the violent magical power is estimated to be comparable to that of the 4- and 5-star martial king. If it can trigger the instant kill chance of drawing the sword, the martial king can also kill it. It's just that the chance of an instant kill is based on appearance, and I can't rely on this chance. After all, the higher the level of a warrior, the more difficult it is to deal with him. I guess he was killed without even drawing his sword. So you still have to rely on your own true ability. This chance can only be gained in desperate situations. But Lin Fei didn't say these words. After all, it was a bit unconvincing. At this time, Lin Daqiang asked, Lin Fei, did you really refine that 5th grade elixir yourself? Of course I refined it myself. If you don't believe it, just give me some medicinal materials and I will refine some for you. Lin Daqiang said, okay, I will send you all the medicinal materials later, and you can refine them, so that we can improve the strength of our Lin family. Lin Fei couldn't help but be a little worried. Speaking of the city lord's mansion, Grandpa, can you handle it? After all, I basically crippled his city lord's son. Although he has no feelings for the family, he can't make the family suffer here. After all, he caused the matter himself. Lin Daqiang smiled and said, it might have been a little difficult before, but now our Lin family is not afraid anymore, with your 3 true essence pills. I can be promoted to a 10-star martial king. The city lord is only a 9-star martial king, but he has 2 6-star martial kings under his command, and there are also several strong martial kings. Although it's a little tricky, but now that I've been promoted to the 10-star martial king, he doesn't dare to start a war with my Lin family easily. Lin Fei said calmly, that's okay. Grandpa, please hurry up and send the medicinal materials over. I will refine all the elixirs in these 3 days. If you don't have enough elixir, go ahead and buy as much as you can. Okay, then go back and wait. I will send you all the medicinal materials in a moment. Soon, Lin Zan sent a large amount of spiritual medicine to Lin Fei's room, which made Lin Fei a little dumbfounded. He wanted to squeeze me dry. He obviously treated me as a free laborer. Before he finished speaking, his third uncle Lin Feiyan sent another large amount of medicinal materials, all of which were spiritual medicines above level 3, and there were also many above level 5. Lin Fei looked a little headache and patted his forehead. Lin Zan and his third uncle patted Lin Fei on the shoulder. Young man, work hard. Then he walked out and told the servants not to disturb Lin Fei. This time, the alchemy process was very fast. It only took 2 days today to refine all the medicinal materials. Because Lin Fei is now a level 5 alchemist, the efficiency of refining low-level pills has been greatly improved. Although there are many 3rd grade and 4th grade pills, they were all refined in 1 day. It's just that the 5th grade pill is a bit laborious. Fortunately, there are not many spiritual medicines for refining the 5th grade pill, and it was refined in 1 day. Knowing that Lin Daqiang had finished refining today, he summoned all the people of the Lin family to the family hall again. Lin Fei tidied up his clothes and rushed over. He found that everyone was waiting for him again. He suddenly felt a little embarrassed. He made himself look like a big shot, and he had to appear last every time. Others looked at each other in bewilderment, wondering what the old man was going to do this time. Seeing that the old man was full of energy and his face was full of rosy light, Lin Fei asked, Grandpa, are you a 10-star martial king now? Lin Daqiang nodded with satisfaction. Yes, thanks to your elixir. Lin Ruihai and Lin Feng were a little confused, but the third uncle Lin Feiyan already knew that Lin Fei was an alchemist. Lin Daqiang then said, Lin Fei is now an alchemist. In the future, we will rely on Lin Fei to expand the family. From now on, the position of the young master of the Lin family belongs to Lin Fei. We must unite and work hard to expand our Lin family. Lin Ruihai and Lin Feng were a little unbelievable. They didn't expect that Lin Fei was still an alchemist. Lin Ruihai was very glad that he was wise and did not choose to continue to be hostile to Lin Fei. Lin Daqiang said with a smile, Lin Fei, take out the pills you made, so they won't believe it. Exclamation mark quote. Lin Fei waved his hand directly, and a pile of pills appeared on the table. They were all 3rd grade and 4th grade pills, which could improve strength and heal injuries. Everyone almost drooled when they saw it. At this time, Lin Fei took out the refined 5th grade pills. He handed them to the old man and said, there are also some 5th grade pills, 10 Peiyuan pills, which can strengthen the foundation, stabilize the foundation, and increase the true essence. 6 Junyuan pills, each of which can increase the strength of the Wuwang realm by 1 star. Grandpa has taken it and you know the effect. There is also a Yuanyang pill. After Grandpa takes some Peiyuan pills, stabilize the realm, and then take this pill to try to impact the Wuzun. Lin Daqiang asked excitedly, really? Lin Fei smiled faintly. Of course it's true, and the success rate is very high. This made the old man laugh a little bit. Then he looked at the people in the hall and said, now you know how important Lin Fei is to our family. You should also work hard in the future. We are all a family. Don't engage in internal strife or anything. Let's grow our family together. At this time, Lin Ruihai stood up and said to Lin Fei, I was wrong about what happened before. I shouldn't have hit you. Don't mind. Such things will not happen again in the future. Lin Fei waved his hand. It's okay, uncle, you don't have to do this. You are the elder. It is right to discipline your nephew. Please don't take my rude words to heart. As the saying goes, don't hit a smiling person. If others are polite to him, Lin Fei will naturally be polite to them. Lin Fei didn't take the past to heart. Lin Daqiang said, Ruihai, you are responsible for distributing these 3rd grade and 4th grade elixirs to the family's confidants. Hurry up and increase the strength of our family. You 3 have 2 true Yuan pills and Pei Yuan pills each. I have a feeling that something will happen to our family recently, and we need you to quickly improve your strength to deal with it. Tomorrow there will be a competition at the City Lord's mansion. All of you must work hard. If you enter the top 10, you can go to the Imperial City. You must strive to win a few more places. Lin Daqiang said to the juniors. There should be no problem for Lin Fei to win the 1st place in terms of strength. You guys should share more pills on the last day and improve your strength a little more. Try to get into the top 10, and then let's see who dares to underestimate our Lin family. Congratulations to the host for winning the mission, winning 1st place in the Tianfeng competition, gaining 1 million experience points, 1 million gold coins, and 10 marrow cleansing pills. Lin Fei was extremely happy. This was not given for free by the system. There was no pressure at all to win the 1st place. After completing the task, he would almost enter the realm of the King of Martial Arts. Just let everyone retreat, and Lin Fei returned to his small courtyard. Lin Fei checked his attributes. Own properties. Host. Lin Fei. Level. 9-star martial spirit. Experience. 850,900 Kung Fu. Killing God Ju. The Kung Fu operates automatically and quickly recovers the state. The current body of killing is condensed, and the blood body of killing can be condensed at the next level. Martial skills. Overlord Palm. Mid-grade mysterious level. Phantom Clone. Low-grade earth level. Crazy Knife Slash. High-grade mysterious level. Phantom Xiaoyao. High-grade earth level. Lion's Roar. High-grade earth level. One Yang Finger. Low-grade heaven level. Draw the sword and slash. Special martial arts. Increase the attack power 5 times, and have a 30% chance to kill the enemy directly. Supernatural violent power. Can increase the host's strength 10 times within 1 hour, and the cooling time is 1 day. Sub-professional. Alchemist level 5 inches proficiency. 6,500 100,000ths close double angle bracket currently. 5th grade elixirs can be refined, and the alchemist levels are divided into levels 1 to 10. Gold coins. 1,750,000. Mission. Winning the 1st place in the Tianfeng competition. Reward. Seeing Lin Fei who was about to be upgraded again, he felt happy. The system was indeed incredible. And after being tempered by the god of killing art, Lin Fei felt that his physical body was getting stronger and stronger, and he estimated that his physical strength could now rival that of a 1-star martial spirit. And as you kill more people in the future, the god of killing technique will become more and more powerful, and your physical body will improve faster by then. Just thinking about Lin Fei makes me feel so happy. It has only been a few months since I went from being a loser to reaching my current achievements. I believe that I will soon be able to step into the realm of King Wu, and by then I will also be among the strong. Lin Fei, who had nothing to do, visited the system mall and wanted to buy something good, but he saw a series of numbers displayed on it. The good ones are too expensive, and I can't stand the bad ones. I had no choice but to shake my head and prepare to try my luck in the lottery system. I didn't draw any hairs 5 times in a row. I was all thanking you for participating. This made Lin Fei's face look a little dark. It was so cheating. I saw that the lottery system showed that there were still 10 consecutive draws and 100 consecutive draws. Lin Fei got a little carried away and clicked 5 times and 10 times in a row. This time he did not disappoint Lin Fei. Congratulations to the host for obtaining Shuluo Tyrant Sword Cut, Heaven Level Low Grade Martial Arts, condense a huge sword energy and slash at the enemy. This martial art is a bit interesting, a bit like the momentum of taking out my 40-meter sword. Lin Fei likes this very much, a must-have for showing off. Bawang Liu Hejong, Earth Level High Grade Martial Arts, condense palm prints all over the sky to attack the enemy. I sighed about my luck. I am extremely lucky this time. If I buy it in the mall, it will cost at least 10 to 20 million gold coins. I will make a lot of money. Lin Fei felt that the power of the Overlord Palm and Crazy Sword Slash could not keep up, so he directly recycled it to the system and received another 200,000 gold coins. Lin Fei immediately clicked to practice the newly acquired martial arts, feeling a little itchy and really wanted to try the power of Shira Slash. But if it is used in the family, the destructive power is too great, so I have to suppress the impulse in my heart. Lin Fei then continued the lottery and drew 20 times. This time, he was a little unlucky and only got a few level 5 elixirs. Lin Fei was still looking forward to it, so he clicked on 100 consecutive draws, silently thinking to himself, he must draw something good. Then I heard the system prompt, congratulations to the host for obtaining Chalcedony Mushroom, Purple Monkey Flower, Tianling Fruit, 7-star Grass, etc. Congratulations to the host for getting the immortal golden body with magical powers. Lin Fei excitedly checked and obtained magical powers. Immortal golden body. After use, the whole body flashes with golden light. It can resist attacks within 2 realms within 1 hour, and the cooling time is 1 day. Seeing the attributes of this magical power, Lin Fei jumped up excitedly. Martyr, the system is really awesome, with 2 great realms. After using it myself, the 9-star martial lord can't even do anything to him. It's a magical skill to pretend to be cool and save your life. I love you so much, system. The system prompts, I am not gay, please respect yourself. Lin Fei did not expect that the system would come up with this, and said with a dark face, I don't want to be gay. But seeing how powerful the system is this time, I don't bother to worry about it anymore. I'll admit it if I'm gay. Ha ha ha. Lin Fei laughed excitedly. When the servants outside the yard heard Lin Fei's laughter, they were so frightened that they hurried away. I was wondering if this young master Lin Fei was seriously ill. It took a long time for Lin Fei to calm down his excitement. The day of the competition soon came, and Lin Daqiang took the lead to lead them off. Lin Daqiang asked the juniors if they were confident of entering the top 10. Lin Fei said lightly, it's a piece of cake. The remaining people are also very confident. They all took Lin Fei's elixir yesterday, and their strength has improved by leaps and bounds. Lin Feng has now been promoted to the 7-star martial spirit realm, and brother and sister Lin Yu and Lin Zhao have also reached the 6-star martial spirit realm and the 5-star martial spirit realm respectively. Everyone else said, this is thanks to Lin Fei's cousin for the elixir, otherwise we wouldn't have improved so quickly. Lin Fei said nonchalantly, Wu Fang, no need to thank me. Lin Fei's cold attitude made everyone a little uncomfortable, but there was nothing they could do. Soon we arrived at the city lord's mansion and were taken to the martial arts arena by the guards. The other families also arrived and sat in their respective seats. The martial arts arena is very large, with 10 arenas set up on it, and I don't know what the rules will be this time. Lin Fei was a little confused and asked Lin Zan, Father, what are the rules of the competition? Lin Zan said, the rules are different every time. There are drawings and duels, and there are melees. We will know when the announcement is made. Lin Zan then introduced, among the younger generation, the only one who poses a threat to you is the eldest son of the city lord, Luo Tian, who is in the realm of 10-star martial arts. Chen Ling the daughter of the head of the Chen family, has the strength of a 7-star martial spirit. The eldest son and second son of the head of the Li family are in the realm of 6-star martial arts and 5-star martial spirits respectively. Be careful when dealing with these people. If you can't beat them, just admit defeat and retain your strength. As long as you can get into the top 10. Quote. There are other slightly smaller families and some casual cultivators, but they are probably not as strong as you. There is no telling who some dark horses may appear. Anyway, you'd better be careful and don't be careless and underestimate the enemy. With Lin Fei's elixir, you can improve it in the short term. There is no need to act out of emotion. Lin Fei knew that this sentence was not meant for him, so Lin Feng and the other three responded, okay, I understand, second uncle, second uncle. But at this time, Lin Fei felt that there was a murderous intent targeting him. Lin Fei looked at it. A young man dressed in white, Luo Tian, the eldest son of the city lord, looked at him with a cold expression and said, you are Lin Fei, you are the one who beat my brother seriously. There was a young man limping behind the young man and said sternly, brother, it's him, you must avenge me. Lin Fei smiled lightly and said, it doesn't matter if it's me. If you don't accept it, come here and I will beat you too. The young man said unmoved, you are here to participate in the competition, too. You'd better not meet me later. Lin Fei smiled and said, I hope you can talk to me so calmly when you meet me. At this time, the city lord walked out, a majestic middle-aged man. He said coldly to Lin Daqiang, brother Lin, you are so majestic. Lin Daqiang said in a low-key tone, young people are full of blood, and it is not normal to have some conflicts. There is no need for the city lord to argue with the juniors. Unexpectedly, the old guy Lin Daqiang was so disrespectful. The city lord threw down his sleeves and snorted coldly, turned around and left, ignoring Lin Daqiang again. At this time, a man from the Chen family came over. It was the old man of the Chen family. He is also a powerful 7-star martial king. He leaned over and whispered, brother Lin, this is not your past style. Lin Daqiang said confidently, I have made a breakthrough during this period. My strength is not weaker than his. There is nothing to be afraid of. You and I are allies. Even if the city lord unites with the Li family, we don't have to worry about anything. The old man of the Chen family was surprised and said, brother Lin, this is true. Lin Daqiang smiled and said, what kind of friendship do we have? I have nothing to hide from you. Don't worry. I can rest assured that. Then the old man of the Chen family returned to his place. Not long after, a white-haired old man came over. He could feel a pressure that made people uncomfortable. The city lord followed behind the old man. However, the white-haired old man had a kind face and said politely, Old Chen Bao is sent by the imperial city this time to select young talents. I hope you can bear with me. People from all the major families clasped their fists and said, Your Majesty, you are so polite. Thank you for your hard work coming all the way. The old man nodded and then sat in the middle seat. The city lord said loudly, the Tianfeng competition has officially begun, now I will announce the rules. Everyone in Tianfeng City can participate. Everyone in the 10 arenas can go up to defend the arena. The last person standing can enter the top 10. Everyone has 2 chances to fail, so act according to your ability. After the top 10 are determined, challenge them one by one to rank the top 10 and see who is the number 1 among the younger generation. The sword has no eyes, life and death depend on fate. But after admitting defeat, the other party cannot continue to take action. Quote. Okay, let's get started, now you can go on stage. Luo Tian was the first to enter the ring and stood up with a cold expression. Lin Fei thought to himself, this man can really show off. Later, Lin Feng and the others also grabbed a stage each, but Lin Fei was not in a hurry for the time being and was ready to wait and see. The Chen family occupied 2 of the remaining arenas, and the Li family occupied 4. Then other people came up to challenge, some to prove their strength, and some just to show their faces. However, the strength of those who first came up was generally not high, and they were soon knocked off the ring. No one dared to go up to Luo Yang's ring. Others are okay, they just knock people off the ring or make them admit defeat. The people of the Li family were different. They were merciless in their attacks. They basically returned with serious injuries, and some were killed on the spot. He even said arrogantly, if you don't have the strength, don't come up, it's a waste of our time. The remaining people were a little scared, and for a while no one went up to challenge the Li family. Then they went to other arenas to challenge, and the people behind them became stronger and stronger. If it weren't for the strength of Lin Feng and the three of them, they had greatly improved. But the attacks had to be more and more severe, because to be kind to the enemy is to be cruel to oneself, so I could only be cruel, but I didn't kill anyone, at most I was seriously injured. I guess I may not be able to persist this time. It's not that I don't want to take the stage again, but the Lin family is one of the three major families and they have to compete for face, so I have to start guarding the mines directly. At this time, a young man in black came with a sword on his back and stood in the ring with his hands behind his back to challenge someone from the Li family. This made Lin Fei look a little sideways. The Li family members felt that they were being slighted and were very angry. Boy, you are looking for death, I will help you. He shouted. Shenglong fist, and attacked the boy directly. The young man looked cold and blocked the attack easily. The young man turned his fists into claws, broke the hands of the Li family member, and threw him off the ring. This caused other people to talk about which boy is this, so powerful. You must know that the person from the Li family has a 4-star martial spirit. He was defeated so easily. It seems that a dark horse is about to emerge. Everyone in the Li family looked a little unhappy, but Lin Fei smiled. Lin Fei's smile happened to be seen by the eldest son of the Li family, and he said sternly, "Boy, why are you smiling? You are a loser who doesn't even dare to enter the ring." Lin Fei walked directly to the ring. "Maid, I hate people calling me trash the most. I beat you so hard today that even your mother doesn't recognize you." The eldest son of the Li family said with an angry look on his face, "Boy, if I don't kill you today, you have the ability. Based on your words, I will definitely destroy you today." Lin Fei replied domineeringly. Lin Fei stood on the stage and hooked his fingers. "Say, come on, Mr. Li." The eldest young man of the Li family had never experienced such an insult. He immediately picked up his sword and stabbed Lin Fei. Lin Fei easily dodged and almost knocked down the sword of the eldest son of the Li family with a flick of his finger. "I didn't expect you to have some ability, boy, I'm going to be serious." Lin Fei laughed out loud and said, "Please start showing off, haha." The eldest young man of the Li family was furious and shouted, "Flowing cloud sword." A 3-foot-long sword energy swept towards Lin Fei. Lin Fei directly used Yi Yang to point it out and destroyed the sword energy. Another finger pointed out, piercing through his shoulder. The eldest son of the Li family was in heartbreaking pain, his arm hung down weakly, and blood was flowing. Lin Fei scolded, "You say I'm a waste. Who do you think you are? Do you accept it?" "I don't accept it, I don't believe you, a loser, or so strong," he said, raising his other hand to attack Lin Fei. Lin Fei pointed out again and pierced the other shoulder. This time the eldest son of the Li family was really scared. Just when he was about to admit defeat, Lin Fei didn't give him a chance. He stepped forward and punched him on the nose, and then slapped him on the face several times. As soon as the eldest young man of the Li family uttered the word, "I," Lin Fei hit him back. While beating him, he cursed, "If you, Damard, call me trash again, I'll beat you until your mother doesn't even recognize you." Soon the face of the eldest son of the Li family was swollen into a pig's head. Lin Fei said helplessly, "You are so thick-skinned, my hands hurt from the beating." After saying that, Lin Fei even waved his palm. The head of the Li family stood up. "Boy, you'd better stop, or I won't let you go." Lin Fei laughed and said, "He didn't open his mouth to admit defeat, why should I stop? Could it be that after beating the younger one, the older one will stand up? Does the head of the Li family want to come up and have a fight with a junior like me? You." The head of the Li family was so angry that he couldn't speak. Lin Fei slapped him several times in succession, and then threw him to the Li family's place. He said calmly, "Here, Master Li, I will return your son to you. I am kind-hearted, so I will not take his life." Ha ha ha. Lin Fei laughed wildly. This made everyone in the Li family look livid with anger. After a long time, no one challenged these 10 people in the ring, so the top 10 were decided. At this time, Chen Bao spoke, "It's a bit boring, hurry up, don't be so troublesome. The remaining 10 people will participate in a melee in a ring. Those who want to admit defeat can just get off the ring. Whoever stands at the end will be the first in the competition. Just ignore the rest of the useless rankings. The city lord doesn't care. He is full of confidence in his son." The strength of the 10-star martial arts is enough to sweep all the younger generations present. Finally, these 10 people stood on the ring. Lin Fei said domineeringly, "The Li family members can get out first, otherwise it will not be so easy for me to take action." The remaining 2 members of the Li family felt a little guilty. "Lin Fei, don't be too arrogant." Seeing Lin Fei being so strong, Luo Tian said a little unhappy, "Lin Fei, today I will avenge my useless brother. I hope you can hold on for a little longer." Luo Tian was very confident of his own 10-star martial spirit strength, and with a wave of his palm, a stream of purple energy flew towards Lin Fei. Lin Fei did not use any martial arts skills, but the same junchi flew out and was easily blocked. This made Luo Tian a little surprised. With the strength of his 10-star martial spirit, plus his Earth-level top-grade Technique 9 Thunder Code. The power of his true energy is so overbearing that even a 1-star martial king himself can compete with him. This is what Luo Tian is most proud of. How could an ordinary person catch it easily? This made Luo Tian have to face Lin Fei in front of him. Lin Fei mocked, "You are nothing more than that, a 10-star martial spirit. I haven't taken it seriously yet, so feel free to come over." At this time, the 3 Lin family members also attacked the 2 Li family members, and the young man in black fought against Chen Linger and Chen Linger alone. Luo Tian still said coldly, "Very good, Lin Fei, you are qualified to be my opponent." After performing the technique, his whole body was filled with purple energy, but he did not use any martial arts. He quickly arrived at Lin Fei's side. Lin Fei also wanted to test the power of his god-level skills, and the god-killing technique was not a vegetarian. So he activated his skills and filled his body with blood-red qi, and started a close combat with Luo Tian. The martial spirit realm can activate the skills and let the true energy circulate outside the body, which can resist a lot of harm. However, Lin Fei didn't use all his strength. After all, his was a god-level technique, and he just wanted to play with Luo Tian in front of him. Lin Fei was distracted and looked at the 2 Li family members not far away. They were no match for Lin Feng and the others. In the end, he had no choice but to jump off the ring and admit defeat. A group of people from the Li family stomped their feet in anger, this time it was. However, Chen Linger and Chen Linger were also knocked off the ring by the boy in black, which made Lin Fei look a little sideways during the battle. This guy still has some strength. Then he saw the young man in black turning to Lin Feng and the others. Lin Fei is not worried about them. He has already entered the top 10 anyway. It doesn't matter whether he wins or loses. It's good to gain more combat experience. It seems that the black-clothed boy was quite measured in his attack and never used any ruthless moves, but this time the black-clothed boy surprised Lin Fei. The black-clothed boy shouted, "Netherworld illusionary sky," and a huge black palm print appeared. Lin Feng and the other 2 tried their best to resist it but couldn't. All flew backwards and vomited blood and fell under the ring, but it seemed that they were only slightly injured. The boy should have shown mercy. Soon Lin Fei's mind was pulled over by Luo Tian. Luo Tian was a little angry and said, "You dare to be distracted when fighting with me. You don't take me seriously. Take my move." Thunder explosion. Then the true energy condensed into a purple energy light ball in the palm of his hand and attacked Lin Fei. Lin Fei didn't take it to heart, just smiled and said, "I don't want to play with you anymore, let's end it early." The one yang finger condensed a blood-colored true energy. This time Lin Fei changed the way he used it and directly swept the condensed true energy out. Directly broke Luo Tian's martial arts, and the remaining true energy swept across his chest, knocking him back several steps. The people watching below couldn't believe it. Isn't Lin Fei a waste? How could Luo Tian not be his opponent? Is the strength of the 10-star martial spirit fake? Many people have this doubt, and the city lord said with a gloomy face, "This boy can't be kept. His talent is too strong. Even Tian'er is not his opponent. We must find a way to kill him, otherwise when he grows up in the future, Tianfeng City will be dominated by the Lin family." Luo Tian tried not to spit out blood and said, "How is it possible? How can you be so strong?" Lin Fei sneered, "There are people beyond people, and there are heavens beyond heavens. You are just pretending to be awesome. Bah! I still don't believe I can't beat you." Luo Tian took out a weapon, a top-grade weapon of the Earth level, the Thunder Blade. The purple true energy of Luo Tian lingered on the weapon, which made his strength rise to a higher level. He looked at Lin Fei confidently. These were obtained by Luo Tian in an adventure, so his strength improved quickly, and he was not far from the realm of Martial King. This was also the capital that made Luo Tian conceited. You think you are the only one with a weapon, I don't have one. Lin Fei took out the blood-drinking knife, although now the blood-drinking knife is only a mid-level Earth Level 1. The blood-drinking knife is now extremely red, and with the blessing of Lin Fei's killing god art, it is no worse than his thunder blade. So Lin Fei doesn't care at all, the system product is not comparable to this kind of rubbish. The thunder blade slashed towards Lin Fei, but was easily blocked by the blood-drinking knife. Lin Fei suppressed Luo Tian everywhere, and Luo Tian had more wounds on his body. He was not Lin Fei's opponent at all. The city lord saw that Lin Fei seemed to still have some strength left, and said worriedly, Tianer, if you can't do it, just admit defeat, don't act on impulse. Lin Fei laughed wildly and said, if you are afraid, just admit defeat, I can spare your life. Lin Fei didn't want to let him go easily, so he used provocation. Luo Tian was a little crazy at this time and said, I can't lose to him. Luo Tian seemed to have become more powerful because of his craziness. Lin Fei felt something was wrong, so he used the blood-drinking sword in his right hand and used a little more strength. Luo Tian couldn't resist at all. Not long after, he screamed, and a big cut was cut on his back by the sword, and blood flowed. At this time, Lin Fei suddenly used the one yang finger with his left hand and pointed it at Luo Tian's chest, but at this time, the city lord flew in the air and took Lin Fei's attack. The city lord shouted, Lin Fei, it's just a duel, why do you want to kill someone? How can you be so cruel at such a young age? Lin Fei laughed. Why, is it a rule in a duel that you can't kill someone? If you hit the younger one, the older one will come up. He won't admit defeat, so I will naturally continue the fight. Why are you blaming me? Is there something wrong with your brain? The city lord felt embarrassed and said angrily, you are so arrogant and rude at such a young age. I will teach you a lesson on behalf of your elders. He was about to attack Lin Fei. At this time, Lin Daqiang also came on the stage and said, City Lord Luo is so majestic. We can discipline the people of the Lin family ourselves, so I don't need to trouble you to take action. Let the juniors solve their own affairs. If Luo Cheng is mainly interested, we can try our best someday. The city lord laughed angrily, seeing that Lin Daqiang, who usually kept a low profile, dared to talk to him like this today. In this case, there is no need to change the date, just today, let me see how many abilities you, this old guy, have gained recently. Just as City Lord Luo was about to take action, he was interrupted by a faint voice. At this time, Venerable Chen who was sitting spoke, City Lord Luo, it's unfair for you to do this. Since your son has been seriously injured, please take him off the stage with you. City Lord Luo had no choice but to reply respectfully, yes, your majesty. We had no choice but to take Luo Tian, who was seriously injured, off the stage. Lin Daqiang also turned around and returned to his seat. At this time, the head of the Li family next to him mocked, Mr. Lin, you are so domineering. He dares to challenge the city lord. I guess his strength must have increased greatly recently. Lin Daqiang didn't bother to pay attention, and just said lightly, if you don't believe me, the Li family can come and try it, and you will know by then. The head of the Li family looked somewhat unhappy and said, I hope that when it comes to that, the Lin family will still have the confidence they have now. Mr. Lin didn't explain much, just let your strength speak for itself when the time comes. Seeing Lin Daqiang being so bold, Luo Yang was very angry and really wanted to clean up the Lin family immediately. But Venerable Chen had already spoken. Luo Yang knew that he could not afford to offend the man in front of him yet. He was coming from the imperial city, and he was also a powerful martial artist. I have to give up for now. Now only Lin Fei and the boy in black are left in the arena. Lin Fei smiled modestly, brother, you can hide it well, but I'm afraid your strength is not inferior to mine. Then let's have a fight. The boy in black suddenly shook his head and said, I can see that I am no match for you, so I give up. Then he turned around and jumped off the ring. Lin Fei was a little stunned. This guy was so decisive, and he didn't even have time to react. I originally wanted to give him a try. Lin Fei helplessly spread his hands. At this time, the system prompts. Congratulations to the host for completing the mission, winning the first place in the Tianfeng competition, gaining 1 million experience points, 1 million gold coins, and 10 marrow cleansing pills. Marrow cleansing pill, a 6th grade elixir that can wash the marrow and cut hair of warriors and improve their talents. Congratulations to the host for upgrading to a 10-star martial spirit. Lin Fei sighed. This mission is quite easy, and the rewards are so generous. It is not far from the realm of King Wu, and it is estimated that it will be achieved in a few days. Then Venerable Chen announced that Lin Fei won the first place in the competition, and then called Lin Fei aside alone. City Lord Luo and the Li family looked very uncomfortable and thought that His Holiness valued Lin Fei particularly, which was very detrimental to them. They were all thinking that they must get rid of Lin Fei, otherwise he would be a big problem for them in the future. Lin Fei, who was called aside by Venerable Chen, asked, "Sir, what do you want from me?" The old man looked at Lin Fei carefully, his smile gradually grew, and he said, "Do you know why I came to Tianfeng City to select talents this time? In the past, I have always come to the Martial King realm." Lin Fei came to his senses and said excitedly, "Did Ruizu ask you to come? How is she now? I miss her very much." Venerable Chen laughed loudly and then whispered, "I watched the princess grow up, just like my own children. This time the princess asked me to bring you a message. She is fine now. Don't worry. The princess misses you too. I also told you not to forget to miss her and not to flirt with women outside, otherwise I won't let you go." Lin Fei smiled. Venerable Chen sighed. "As we age, the future belongs to you young people. I hope you can treat the princess well in the future. I sincerely wish you all the best." Lin Fei replied respectfully, "Don't worry, I will definitely treat Ruizu well in the future and protect her from being bullied." Venerable Chen laughed heartily, patted Lin Fei on the shoulder and said, "Okay, work harder, I want to see you two achieve enlightenment as soon as possible." Then he led Lin Fei to the crowd and took out 10 tokens from the storage ring. The tokens were made of pure gold, with a golden dragon and the words Dongxia engraved on them. He handed it over to the 10 people selected from this competition, and explained, "Come to the Imperial City within 3 months to participate in the Tianzhou War. By then, these tokens will be the certificate and a qualification. You will experience some dangers on the way to the dynasty, which is also a test for you. It is also an experience. This world itself is about survival of the fittest. I hope you can all appear in the Imperial City by then." Quote. "Okay, everything is settled, it's time for me to go." In an instant, he was flying in the air and disappeared. His speed was very fast. He was worthy of being a powerful martial artist. Lin Daqiang brought everyone in the Lin family back to the family and said, "Well done to Lin Fei. Even the 10-star martial arts spirits are no match for you." Lin Fei said calmly, "Actually, I haven't tried my best yet." This shocked everyone on the side. It turned out that Lin Fei didn't brag last time. Lin Fei could compete with ordinary martial king experts. However, Lin Daqiang still said, "You can't be complacent, you have to work harder to practice." Quote. "And the 3 of you will follow Lin Fei's example and practice hard." The Lin Fatang sisters answered honestly, "Okay, Grandpa." At this time, Lin Fei took out the marrow cleansing pill he had just obtained. "A good thing for you." Everyone in the Lin family was a little confused. Lin Zan asked, "Feier, what kind of elixir is this and what does it do?" Lin Fei smiled and replied, "This is a 6th grade elixir, the marrow cleansing pill, which can improve a warrior's talent. This is a really good thing. Grandpa and uncle can all take it. After Grandpa takes it, he will stabilize his realm. By then, it will be a sure thing to reach the martial master realm. You each take these 10 pills, I take 1 pill, and you keep the remaining 3 pills for later use." Quote. "When the time comes, my father and uncle will all have the opportunity to become powerful martial masters or even martial emperors. Lin Feng, Lin Yu, and Lin Zhao are still young now and have more room for growth in the future. When the time comes, they will be more likely to be favored by the sect when they go to the Imperial City." Quote. "Lin Fei has a system that doesn't use this kind of elixir. It doesn't matter whether you have talent or not. You can level up as long as you kill monsters, and you can also practice independently. Everyone in the Lin family was so happy. They didn't expect Lin Fei to have such a good thing. Then they divided the elixirs and hurried back to prepare to refine the elixirs. Lin Fei also returned to his small courtyard. After checking his experience, he was only 50,000 experience points short of being able to upgrade to a 1-star martial king. At night, Lin Fei sat cross-legged, preparing to take the initiative to practice. Seeing the rapid increase in experience, Lin Fei estimated that he would be almost done in one night. Soon it was morning, and Lin Fei finally waited for the system prompt. Congratulations to the host for reaching full experience and being upgraded to a 1-star martial king. Thanks for watching.